Hello everyone. It's James again. And for those that are new to this channel, I thank you for giving this little cartoon man with a funny voice a bit of your time today. And for those of you that are long-time subscribers of this channel, I thank you from the bottom of my little cartoon heart. And I know I've been meaning to cover a great many news stories. And the one I was going to do again today, I just couldn't do it. And it's not to say that one is harder to do than the other, because they are all hard. Especially when we are talking about warm-hearted loving people that have their lives taken by evil demons. Like what happened to Shankela Robinson. And I think some of these other stories that I will be talking about in the coming days. And one of the common threads I believe is envy. Even when it's a narcissist parent doing evil to their child, it's all coming from a place of envy. But in Shankela Robinson's case, it was so-called friends. And for those that know her story, we first talked about what happened to her 2 years ago. She paid for 6 of her friends and herself to go to Mexico. And once there they savagely beat her, until she ended up with neck and spinal injuries that caused her to lose her life, to what I understand. Minutes later, all the while those that beat her and filmed it, they literally filmed it, and asked her to fight back, as the life was literally beaten out of her. Then they told her family that she died of alcohol poisoning. Now, though no arrests have been officially made, and out of the 6, it looks like Mexico is possibly interested in arresting one of the people. I mean demons involved in this evil act. But there are reports and leaks that are coming out that Shankela Robinson's life was taken because of jealousy. But what I think they mean is envy. But I think we all know what is meant here. You see, I've talked about how some in the narcissistic abuse community have said before that many abuse victims think they are something special that they are not. Meaning that they were somehow picked for abuse because they were or are special. But rather, they were picked because they were simply there. And this is something I do not completely for the most part agree with. Yes. Can a narcissist pick someone because they are just there? Sure. They sure can. If they have no one else to cause hell for. But what a narcissist loves the most is someone that is special. Someone that is caring and kind. And even at times handsome or beautiful on the outside as much as they are on the inside. Victims of narcissistic abuse can range from different types, just like narcissists can. There are many narcissistic abuse victims that might look like a narcissist, or what we think a narcissist would or should look like. They might be well dressed, handsome or beautiful. Yet they have a heart of gold. Just like a victim can be plain and ordinary in looks. Just like a narcissist can be very plain looking and even quiet. Then there are indeed narcissists that are loud and that peacock their looks everywhere they go. But when these narcissistic demons come across a physically beautiful and or handsome kind loving person, someone that might have more money than them and a better job. You see, if Shankela Robinson was able to take these 6 so-called friends to Mexico, it's very likely she was doing very well for herself. And she wanted to bring her friends along for the ride. And I would imagine she might even would have hooked these friends up with opportunities to have better lives themselves. But you have to understand, when a narcissist sees someone that looks and acts like Shankela Robinson, they see red. They start plotting and planning. And that's the thought of allegedly what happened in this case. That the 6 allegedly knew ahead of time what was going to go down. And how once they got her to the room, what was going to happen. You see, in their minds, they were going to humble her. They got free airfare to Mexico, which is what cost the most money. And they figured they would do what they were going to do. And if they thought she wasn't going to lose her life, and they were going to just beat her, they would just up and go to another hotel that wouldn't cost them much money. And they would just enjoy the trip that Shankela Robinson paid for. And if she survived, Would she, like most of us that were codependent, try to reason with these demons to find out why such people she considered friends would do such a thing? But then there is a strong possibility that they knew they were going to end her life. They probably thought, once they get to Mexico all bets are off. And it will be hard to prove what happened. One problem, they filmed it. You see. This goes into what I've said before. Narcissists will oftentimes overplay their hand. And when they do, someone usually loses their life or gets seriously hurt. But they do this because they've lied and gotten away with so much their entire lives. They think this will be no different. I've talked about my personal story like this many times. On how I was lured by a so-called friend. When I look back at it, and even then, I felt he was envious of me. Now, I didn't have money. We were both poor. But there were other factors, I believe, that made him feel this way. One of the big ones was, I could feel feelings like a normal human being and he couldn't. But there were other reasons, I think, that fed into his envy for me. And it's not like I was walking around saying, I'm great and this and that and he's envious of me. No, I actually, before I realized he was a terrible person, I dumbly thought he was so cool. But he would often say and do things and take jabs at me that let me know, this guy is envious. Well, I too got lured and jumped and beaten within an inch of my life. All for him to make up excuses as to what had happened and how he was upset this happened to me. Narcissists are the same for the most part. And they are very dangerous. They beat this woman and she didn't survive. All because she was loving and kind-hearted, and even though these demons probably said some slick mean stuff from time to time, throughout their nice times they probably had together, Shankela Robinson probably each and every time gave all 6 of these demons the benefit of the doubt. Much like we did to the narcissists in our lives. Just if I can reach them this way, I can make a difference in their life. The problem is you can't make a difference in their life. These are evil individuals taken over by demons. And again, allegedly, the planned this entire thing out. All because they were envious of Shankela Robinson. This is why I say, if you even get the gut instinct something is wrong with someone, get away from them. If they say something slick about you that is mean-spirited, don't go on vacation with them. Because they might be planning your premature ending. And if you can, back away from these demons and have nothing to do with them ever again. Well, that's all I have for today. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And don't forget to share, like, and comment as well. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.